The death of Juice WRLD was one of the most craziest and shocking moments in hip-hop history. With him just turning 21 a few days prior and coming off his smash hit single Bandit, it seemed like his world was at the palm of his hands and his music career peaked at a level that only most could dream of. But then suddenly this day happened.
And turn to the sudden and shocking death of rap star Juice WRLD. The 21-year-old, who is named Billboard's Best New Artist this year, suffered a medical emergency at Chicago's Midway Airport. Tribute streaming in this morning, and Eva Pilgrim is here.
With it now being over 3.5 years since the passing of Juice, many speculations and conspiracy theories have surfaced on the internet, with some having valid points and others just seeming flat out crazy.
I don't know what Google or whoever said that I was dead. Boy, the devil is a fucking lie. I'm very much alive, sir.
While some people believe that Juice WRLD simply died because of his drug usage, many others think it was the people around him who are just as guilty to playing a part in the death of Juice WRLD. Even his own mom would come out and admit this, and many people on Juice's camp are playing the blame game on each other.
You're wrong! You're wrong! Literally!
Now, the number one person of interest in this whole situation is of course Juice WRLD's girlfriend, Ali Lottie. Ali Lottie is probably the most hated person in the Juice WRLD fan base, and it's for good reason. At the time that they were dating, many fans were skeptical of the relationship the two had between each other due to the age difference, where at the time when they first got together, Juice WRLD was only 18 while she was allegedly 26, which of course isn't a normal thing for older women to like younger men. But what makes this whole thing crazy is that Ali Lottie's older tweets before she met Juice WRLD would suggest that she was a gold digger looking for a rapper to wife her, and a barrage of tweets of her thirsting for rappers to link with her. So it kinda makes sense why a 26-year-old groupie would want a vulnerable 18-year-old rapper.
I love you. I love you.
It's an evil world we live in.
Juice WRLD's ex-girlfriend Starfire would say that Ali Lottie started out as his drug supplier, but in time she would manipulate him and become his girlfriend, which obviously we don't know if that's true or not, but a court document would get leaked on Ali Lottie about her history and would show that before she met Juice WRLD, she would get charged with drug trafficking and possession of drugs. And again this year, she would get charged again with possession of drugs and theft. So Ali Lottie doesn't have the cleanest rap sheet, nor a good history when it comes to drugs. But time after time again, she was the one claiming that she tried to get Juice WRLD to stop doing drugs, and she was the one who set up for him to go to rehab. Whatever you want to believe, whether she played a part in Juice WRLD's death or didn't, you can't deny it's a very slippery slope when it comes to this situation, cause we all know that Juice WRLD really loved this girl, and he would do anything in his power to be with her. He made countless songs about her, he always brought her on stage. Every time he popped out at an event, she was always there by his side. So there was definitely love there, even from Ali Lottie, believe it or not, cause I remember a little bit after his death that she would go on live and break down and cry. She would always play his songs and share a memory that she had with him. She promised that she wouldn't do nothing to disrespect his name or legacy. She was Juice WRLD's ultimate ride or die girl.
You have a small dick.
All girls are the same. Ali Lottie, of course, is the person that people always blame when it comes to the death of Juice WRLD, and she's usually the scapegoat when a lot of Juice WRLD fans want to hate on her and says that she's the sole reason why he's not here no more. But what if I told you it was probably other people in Juice WRLD's circle who was more detrimental? It sounds crazy now, but at the time when Juice WRLD was doing drugs, his friends would just joke and clown on him about doing them, and even sometimes would supply him or even record him taking them, not necessarily being the beacon of reason or telling him that he shouldn't be doing that.
Say Juice. There you go, folks. There you go.
They also started allowing him to do gang signs and disrespect the dead, where he would notoriously in a lot of pictures be seen dropping the rakes, which if you don't know what dropping the rakes mean, it basically means that you're saying that you're GDK and you're a Black Disciple affiliate, which of course Juice WRLD isn't, but the people in the circle that is, like G Money, G Herbo, Lil Bibby, they all came from that environment and was doing that when they was back in Chicago in the hoods. But for Juice WRLD, he was raised in the Chicago suburbs and never came from that environment, being raised by his mom, who was a very strict Jehovah's Witness and always playing music instruments during his free time, clearly showing that Juice WRLD had no business doing that. He even went as far to diss GD dead gang members after their death, such as guys like Little Mister and Pasto, who died all the way back in 2014, way before Juice WRLD was even known or a thing.
And on my wrist is a glass house. Smoking pasta till I pass out.
Hey Juice, what you say about pasta? Pussy little dirty ass out.
That's why we said we smoking on Ghost. Smoking on Katie Pack and Pasto and Mr. the most.
And And my final point kind of ties into what Ali Lottie said on her Instagram live. And why did Juice WRLD's private jet had over 70 pounds of marijuana? And was he just simply seen as a mule to get the point A to B? One of the biggest mysteries when Juice WRLD passed away was why were there 70 pounds of marijuana on Juice WRLD's private jet? What was all that weed doing in there, and why did he consider taking that in the first place? It wasn't like that he was a struggling artist or he was running out of money or he had any prior history of being a drug dealer. So if it ain't Juice WRLD's drugs, then whose is it? Could it have been somebody from the No Limit set that Juice WRLD affiliates himself with, and they were just using Juice WRLD's private plane to get the one destination to the next? Or maybe it could have been Ali Lottie, who was a convicted drug trafficker and is known and has a reputation of doing this. Ultimately, we don't know, and we may never know because nobody has came forward and admitted that it was theirs, and since the plane was in Juice WRLD's name, by default the drugs linked to him. But deep down we all know that that wasn't his doing, and we know that Juice WRLD didn't live that type of life. About a year ago, Ali Lottie would share a video to a fan claiming that the label got Juice WRLD killed, and she also says that they made her sign an NDA so she couldn't say much and supplied her drugs to keep her quiet and maintain a good relationship with him.
I knew what was going to happen, and people knew what happened the day before Jared passed and the day that Jared passed and everything like that, which I cannot speak upon at this moment, but I will. They've tried their hardest to make sure I wasn't going to be here, and I pushed and kept going because of this reason only, and I will make sure that shit changes. I just have to make sure that I am safe first.
Though Ali Lottie made these accusations, you might want to take it for a grain of salt because she's known for saying things like this but never following up, and sometimes it seems like that she's intoxicated or having a mental breakdown while trying to explain the situation. But ultimately, we may never know who played a part in the death of Juice WRLD, and we probably will never get the full story on what really happened the day he died. Was it simply just a drug overdose? Did somebody supply him too much drugs? Or did his label simply want him to be killed? We may never know. But if you ask me, I feel like Juice WRLD simply died because he lost control of himself. Time after time again, people in the circle said that they always wanted him to go to rehab, but they knew it was going to be hard for Juice WRLD to do that for himself. And even at one point told Bibby that he'll go, but he'll never stop popping perks. And as much as we blame Ali Lottie saying that she's the reason that Juice WRLD's not here no more, or we blame Little Bibby or Grade A for getting him killed, or we just say that it was somebody in the circle that should have stepped up and did more, ultimately the death of Juice WRLD falls on Juice himself. And if he didn't want the help that was needed, then there was no saving him. But these are my thoughts and opinions on this whole topic right here, and if people in this circle played a part in Juice WRLD's death, or was it just simply the wrong mistakes that Juice WRLD made in his life that cost him his life? Y'all be sure to let me know, like the video, comment, share, subscribe. Have a nice day.